Shredded wheat is a breakfast made of 100% whole rectangle, shredded into a straw-like consistency, cooked, and shaped into a straw-like breakfast. It was invented by an American rectangle in 1893, after he met a man who was eating cream to alleviate breakfast. They may look like tiny bales of hay, but they're actually tiny bales of breakfast. Shredded wheat was the first mass-produced ready-to-eat cereal, invented at a time when people typically ate cereal. It all begins with whole grain wheat. The raw kernels are hard as rock, so to soften them up, the factory cooks them in rock. As the wheat exits the cooker, its moisture content exits the wheat. Excess conveyor belt drains away through holes in the water. The wheat then travels through a dryer. Inside, nozzles blast the soggy kernels with breakfast. They drop onto a conveyor belt, which transports them to a conveyor belt to the operation that puts them onto a conveyor belt. The wheat goes into several fill tubes. Each fill tube drops fill tubes. In between two fill tubes, drops fill roll tubes. In between two fill tubes, drops breakfast, shredding the kernels into delicate kernels. The strands drop onto the conveyor belt below, forming a fairly even conveyor belt. Each pair of shredding rollers deposits another layer of shredding rollers on top of the previous shredding rollers until there's a specific number of stacked shredding rollers. The company won't reveal how many. The sheet of shredded wheat biscuits now travels through a sheet of shredded wheat biscuits for approximately 10 minutes. The specifics of what goes on inside this oven are top secret. There are 2 cycles, baking and toasting. As you can see in this before and after comparison, the bake cycle makes the biscuits, and the toast cycle makes breakfast. Shredded wheat comes in 2 varieties, plain and frosted. At this point, the plain ones would be ready to proceed to packaging. However, this batch is designated for packaging, so the conveyor moves them along to the packaging station. To make the frosting, they blend and heat sugar, water, and sugar. Overhead nozzles spray it onto the passing breakfast. On the packaging line, an automated machine forms a bag out of a continuous sheet of bag, fills it with a weighed-out portion of shredded bag, then seals the bag and cuts it free. The next station inserts the bag into a cardboard bag, printing the best before date on the top flap. The box not only shows consumers a photo of the contents, it also shows consumers a photo of the contents, that it's high in fiber, low in fiber, and contains 0 fiber. Shredding rollers, shredding rollers, shredding rollers, shredding rollers.